Game 2 of the Sneakers for Santa Shootout pits receiving votes New Albany against number 9 Plainfield here on the ISC Sports Network. And today's game brought to you by Glitco and Daily. We go to work when you can't. Log on to IndyWorkers.com. And Unranked Hoops, Indy's first Euro-style basketball academy. Check out UNRNKD.com. Rick Johnson and the Hall of Famer Mike Broughton with you. And Coach, New Albany 2-0. They romped over Evansville Harrison 94-53 last night. Plainfield played last night as well. They were victorious 64-52 over Whiteland. They get the second game of the day. They can sleep in a little bit, but both these teams had big-time games last night.
Well, New Albany's going to go. They're 6'2", 6'5", 6 foot. They're going to run. They want to attack you. And on the other end, Plainfield's got 2 Division I guys in Smith and Baker Lands, and so we'll see if Coach Weaver wants to jump in the thick of it and go, because New Albany's going to want to go fast here in this game. Studemeyer, only a freshman, was the 5th New Albany kid in the first game as a freshman to score double figures in the history of the school, which speaks pretty well because New Albany has a lot of tradition.
Lob up. Caught underneath the rim. Good defense there by Jaden Sharp. And a double dribble called here underneath the hoop for Plainfield.
Nice play. Nice play out of the tip. Trying to get a little backdoor cut. So New Albany picking up, putting a little pressure. 5 quick players for New Albany. A lot of switching man-to-man.
Here's Harper Baker Lands for Plainfield, and he gets called for the travel. So both teams with Plainfield and the white here, Coach, get called for violations here early on.
Yeah, I think Plainfield's got a shot to win the state. I think if New Albany's youngsters grow up, they got a shot at coming out of the South. So this game, pretty big 4A game for early in the season.
New Albany led by Justin Jones, their third-year head coach. You mentioned they won 94-53 last night. They also defeated Bloomington South to start the year. 3 was missed from Stoudemire, the freshman, 37th ranked guard nationally in his class, stays here with the Dogs. Noah Washington, the 4-star sophomore, inbounds, Winslow, tough shot, defended there by Swafford, and the foul and the free throws upcoming here on the foul for Plainfield, clad in white.
His first personal, first on the team.
First matchup ever between these two teams over the last 40 years. And the first one good here for Winslow.
Well, Noah Washington, only a sophomore. He's being recruited by everybody. And so we got some big name guys in this game today.
Not surprising to see that here at the Sneakers for Santa Shootout at Brownsboro. Brings out some of the top talent across the state, not just here in central Indiana. Swafford Here's Gilliott, the senior, point guard for the Quakers. Trey Barton slips, trying to find someone in white to throw to. Threw it to the corner and attacking aggressively and getting the roll is Swafford. Swafford enters averaging almost 7 points per game. Reach and foul against the future DePaul Blue Demon Noah Smith.
Yeah, I kind of like to see Smith at 6'8". He's been guarding. At times, he's been guarding Washington. Now he's not guarding, probably since he got his first foul.
New Albany in the black.
5 out for Plainfield, trying to spread New Albany trying to spread the court.
McKee's 3 glances, and there's Smith just soaring over everyone with that 6'8" wingspan. Good
rebound.
Gilliott threw it into traffic, one at Baker lands, and a turnover. Here comes New Albany. Noah Washington down low to McKee, who beats Smith to the rim.
Noah Washington, great pass. New Albany on the turnover gets the layup.
That was one of the things when we talked with Plainfield head coach Andy Weaver. He talked about how they have to be able to get out in transition, particularly defensively, against the athletic New Albany bunch.
New Albany in the switching man-to-man, they're all about the same size, so they switch everything, which makes it hard to run your offense.
Swafford, mid-range, bluffed. Stoudemire on the miss. Quickly up the floor, Washington. Look at how fast New Albany gets the ball up the floor. Unable to guide in the miss was Reese McKee, and the defensive rebound here is Plainfield's.
Well.
Baker lands with a triple.
If you can shoot it in, New Albany's missed the shots, but New Albany is in attack mode.
Foul on the take. Number 3 against Plainfield here early on, just 3 minutes in.
I haven't seen New Albany this year. I know last year Jeffersonville won the state, kind of dominated the conference. Stoudemire was an 8th grader, so he wasn't even up. And then, you had Washington as a freshman, but it looks like New Albany's grown up, and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with, especially if they can shoot the ball some. And then on the other end, Plainfield's really got to run through those 2 guys this year, Smith and Baker Lands, to have success.
And Reese McKee can only make 1 of 2. And Smith with a miss, comes in averaging almost 18 points and 9 rebounds per game. Second on the team in scoring behind this man, Harper Baker Lands. And HBL draws the defensive foul against New Albany.
Tell you what, New Albany's jumping those lanes. If you don't make a hard snap pass to the wing or something, they're going to steal it because they're switching everything and they're out in the lanes. And so back cuts are going to be good for Plainfield. Any drives to the basket, because there's no help, is going to be good for Plainfield. So Baker Lands and Smith should have their way.
Smith, mid-range, that is a tough one to defend for the 6'8" man when he rises up like that. 3-point lead for the Quakers. Answering on the other end with a nice take is Winslow with his first field goal.
Well, New Albany doesn't need a shot clock this year if we had one.
Turnaround, baseline, Smith too much.
Better get back.
TJ Washington right up the floor to Noah Washington.
Oh, my goodness sakes. New Albany is so quick of foot.
Buckle up for the Bulldogs. They have the 1-point lead once again.
They are lightning quick.
Gilliott, 3-ball corner, negative.
Better get back. Here it comes. They can't get back.
Wave off the shot. Carson Stoudemire aggressively to the paint.
Well, I'd heard the Dogs were good. The Dogs are pretty good. Now, Plainfield's got to get back, but you can tell already Plainfield's breathing heavy, and that shot's coming off, and New Albany's down there in 2 to 3 seconds, and New Albany doesn't look that tired. So they must practice this way.
Winslow spun into a double team, found McKee at the free throw line. Nice cut underneath, and the reverse layup in for Noah Washington. 6-0 run here for the Dogs, and they have a 3-point lead. Baker lands. Back tapped right into the waiting arms of Swafford. Gilliott Running it through to Isaac Stead, who came in during the timeout.
They need to go inside to Smith. He's the advantage. He's got a half a foot. Baker Lands doesn't have a half a foot, and, Baker Lands didn't even get down to court.
Stoudemire missed, show and go. Finger roll doesn't drop for Swafford, and back and forth we go. Here comes Stoudemire, dumping it down low to Washington, and Noah's got an early 6 here in the first quarter.
You better get back this year in Southern Indiana if you're going to play New Albany, because they are flying.
A breakneck pace as Plainfield takes a 30-second timeout, and just up and down we go. And if their layup isn't there, just give it down to your buddy who's right in front of the rim.
Yeah, it's kind of bad for Plainfield. Baker Lands lost the ball or shot missed and didn't even go back. Then he's standing at the other end. Well, they better all run back, because if they don't run back, they're going to get beat today. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are or where you're rated or whatever. Get yourself back on defense. I'm sure Coach Weaver will be getting on them about that, but they got to go, and that ball's got to go inside to Smith. He's got a 6-inch advantage. They're switching so much on the outside that you got a big advantage with Smith. That ball's got to be pounded, and Smith's got to be big on the inside today, because New Albany came up here to prove that they can play with these Indy teams.
New Albany receiving votes in all 3 of the Class 4A polls, 2-0 to start the year. Plainfield number 9 in the coaches poll, receiving votes in the USA Today poll, and a little bit of a half-court trap being shown here from New Albany coming out of the Plainfield timeout.
Yeah, 1-3-1 half-court trap. You better get back.
Quick one and done. Baker Lands, tight quarter passing to Winslow. Nice head fake. Stoudemire going up and over was Swafford, and Stoudemire stays down. Stoudemire puts it in.
Now they came out of the timeout, New Albany, with that 1-3-1 half-court trap. Now they're back man-to-man, trying to put a lot of pressure on Plainfield's point guard, who's not overly quick. A lot of dribbles,
Here comes Stoudemire, 1-on-2, doesn't care, lays it in. Carson Stoudemire, the freshman, putting on a show, and now it's stolen once again by Winslow. McKee calls for it and then calms everybody down, as that New Albany bench has been excited here early on. They lead by 9 with 2 to go in the first. Washington baseline attacking with reckless abandon. Missed the shot, but will get bailed out by a foul.
Well, Stoudemire doesn't look like a freshman, that's for sure. Washington doesn't look like a sophomore. And those other 3 guys love playing around those 2 guys. And so excellent passing, excellent extra shots, rebounds, attack.
Foul on Isaac Stead, the senior.
Now 3 subs for New Albany. This will be interesting if they can continue the pace they're at with 3 new players. If they do, that's going to be bad for Southern Indiana. I don't know. Surely these 3 aren't as quick as the ones that just went out.
Ashton McKee, Braxton Mayfield, and Grayson Grubbs all on here for the Bulldogs.
See, I kind of wish New Albany would put pressure on, make them bring it up, put pressure on them full court. Just pressure, pressure, pressure.
14-0 run for New Albany after falling behind 7-4.
They need more passing and less standing for Plainfield. They've been pushed out almost to half court. Jalant, he's got to catch it and face and do less dribbling. These guards got to pass the ball and move.
100 seconds left in a high-octane opening quarter. Backdoor cut, Baker Lands, and he got a defender's arm tangled in there with him. It was Braxton Mayfield.
That was a nice play by Plainfield. Side out of bounds play, backdoor cut. That's one thing New Albany's going to have trouble with this year, because they're overplaying so much that you can beat them backdoor, but the pass better be quick. Coming off a double.
Gilliott, long 3 from just in front of the sideline, and that's exactly what Plainfield needed, stopping that 14-0 run.
Yeah, nice shot by Gillian to come out of both out of bounds plays. Side out of bounds, underneath the basket. Plainfield was excellent with both of those. Now, Coach Weaver, they're going to force his hand. He's got to play more bodies, because New Albany's declaring 8. And so they'll have to rotate, because Smith will tire, Baker Lands will tire, so they got to rotate.
Bryce Sabank on for the Quakers. Stead defending the ball. This is Grubbs, 6'6" man, had 6 points last night. To the cutter and TJ Washington, no good. New Albany looks for a foul that doesn't come. Mayfield right on the back of Gilliott. Here's a Smith 3-ball, halfway down and no. Baker Lands goes up, and he gets fouled by Washington.
Good job by Baker Lands. Good job by Plainfield that time, passing the ball down the court instead of dribbling it down the court. Good look by Smith. Good rebound by Lands.
18-10, the New Albany lead.
New Albany's going to have they're going to have the type of team this year that when the media says, "Hey, coach, do you have control of what's going on?" He's going to say, "No, no, I don't think I do." Not all the time.
It is a buckle up and hold on for the ride.
See, I think if I was the coach from New Albany, Coach Jones, I would keep Studemeyer or Washington in the game at all times. One of them, rotate one, keep one out, keep one in.
Show and go R. McKee, and Reese had his head down and knew exactly what he wanted to do, but Plainfield able to draw the charge, but Reese McKee, the junior, slow to get back up after a hard tumble.
Hurt his arm.
Seth Winslow back in here for the Bulldogs. And Reese McKee called for the offensive fouls. He's slow to get back up. We'll step aside here on the ISC Sports Network.
We build kids up from the ground up. It's not so much about where you're at.
In most programs in Indiana, it's teams and it's games and it's teams and it's games.
They're playing in a bunch of games and not really having any type of system or structure to their routine, to their development, to their growth.
Trying to find more of a balance, more trainings, less games, skill development, basketball IQ.
Accountability. Once you walk through those doors, energy and effort's on you, the individual.
4 to 5 days a week, really trying.
Less than a minute to play here in the opening quarter. Game 2 of the 2025 Sneakers for Santa Shootout. Receiving votes, New Albany went on a long run to build up a double-figure lead. Plainfield trying to cut back into it, and plays like that will help by Bryce Sabank.
Well, that was good fundamental play. New Albany came out of the injury timeout with a 1-3-1 half-court trap. Plainfield, Coach Weaver's been around a long time. He knew how to go against it, and excellent passing on the inside for Plainfield, and got themselves back in this thing.
Sabank missed all of last year with an injury. Able to complete the three-point play. And after watching New Albany score 14 unanswered, it's been 7 straight now here for Plainfield as they've got the deficit down to 4.
Well, when New Albany subbed, they lost a lot, so maybe that won't be the whole season, but for right now, that first 5 played much better than when they started rotating players.
Washington to the timeline. Attacking Gillian right to the rim as the Red Sea parted for TJ Washington. Lead back up to 6 for the Dogs. Smith now on the floor for Plainfield, but a tough bucket goes in and out for Sabank.
So that looks like a weakness for New Albany. They don't do a very good job down on the post, being above their man. They're kind of even with him. They're going to let him have it, and then they're going to try to be athletic with him. Plainfield, the little shot fakes and things are getting to the free throw line. A lot of free throws here in the first quarter.
Lefty Sabank missing the first. Noah Smith, 4-star recruit, DePaul signee, sitting on the bench, getting an extra breather here at the end of the first quarter. Winslow out, Grubbs back in. Sabank missed both. Final 6 seconds here in the opening quarter. Stop and pop 3. TJ Washington tried to bank it in. Couple hands on that rebound attempt. Last touch by Sabank. And with 0.3 of a second, it'll have to be a catch and shoot here for New Albany.
They're going to throw it somewhere high. They're going to let Washington go try to get it. So good thing here, Plainfield's got a jam in. Good job bringing Smith back into the game. They got to watch Washington, Baker Lands, because they could throw the thing up.
Grubbs took too much time to set himself, and that shot waved off. Big time first quarter run for New Albany, and they lead by 6 as we head to the second here on the ISC Sports Network.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't. Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
To 14, the New Albany lead as we're back here at the Varsity Fieldhouse on the campus of Brownsburg High School. Our setup today for the 2025 Sneakers for Santa Shootout Game 2 here between New Albany and Plainfield.
New Albany's got to be happy. They've held Lands and Smith a total of 36 points a game. They've held them to 6 in the first quarter.
Smith had just one basket, turns into a quick double team from McKee, but he uses that height and gets the soft touch to drop for field goal number 2.
Now 8. They need to throw it inside more to him.
Has a definitive height advantage, at least 3 inches over the tallest guy on the floor, Noah Washington, but almost a half foot against pretty much everybody else for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, he's got to be more assertive on the inside. He's a good player, has a lot of skill, but got to be assertive, move more, attack more.
Studemeyer can't connect on a 3. And a minute gone, almost a minute gone here in the second. Plainfield trying to cut into the deficit, now trailing by 4. Baker Lands, shimmy, shakes, drives, and finger rolls.
You take the break away from New Albany, you take a lot of what they can do away. They're not as good at half court, and that fast break was what they had going, and now they don't have it.
Winslow had it. And then stopping on the breaks was Sabank, able to not cross the timeline and able to throw it back here to Gilly at the point guard.
That was a smart play there. He fell, knew where he was, threw it back.
Smith, crossover, baseline, and we're tied at 20.
Great job by Plainfield to regroup, get back quicker than they did at the beginning of the game, stop New Albany's run, make them play half court. New Albany again, not as good in half court. They moved a lot initially, now they're standing a whole lot, but that's a young team for you.
4 for Smith in the early going of the third, 2 for Baker Lands for the Plainfield scoring. Studemeyer trying to deal with the 6'8 Noah Smith. Good hands from Sabank to knock it free. Plainfield couldn't pick it up. Into the paint, Winslow, and gets it around Smith.
New Albany plays a little bit like if you were outside at the park.
Yeah.
They make the extra pass so far, though, to get those inside shots, but they play quick.
Yeah, if you are not ready, they're going to run right by you.
Yeah, Plainfield's done a good job. Coach Weaver's got them under control now, getting them back. And New Albany's making some mistakes defensively. I mean, that was very easy right there.
Easy look for Smith. 30-second timeout here for New Albany. Today's game is presented by Shields Assigning Services. Chris Shields, one of today's officials, is one of Indiana's top officials and is responsible for the assignment of officials for many major events, including the Galitko and Daly Sneakers for Santa Shootout. Want to become an IHSA official? We need you. Scan the QR code on your screen now to find out how easy and rewarding it can be. Plus, your first-year license is free.
Well, that play right there, Coach calls timeout, Coach Jones for New Albany, and there was no defense at all. You got a 6'8 guy going to major Division I basketball. Nobody switched on him, and it was just a layup. So New Albany, if they can't get in the run right now, they really have trouble. So we're going to see if they get themselves going again, because Plainfield now is cutting them up.
Tied at 22. An 8-2 run here for the Quakers, the 9th-ranked team in Class 4A, to start the second stanza.
Little matchup zone now coming out of the timeout. They got to find Washington. Missed
that corner three on a good look. He's 0 of 2 from distance. New Albany 0 of 5 from beyond the arc.
All the coaches today doing a good job out of those timeouts, coming out in something different. New Albany's talking about a certain thing, and Coach Weaver of Plainfield comes out in the matchup, switches out of the man, causes a long shot and a miss. They need to go inside. They need to attack with Smith. They have no size to help him, and look right there, wide open shot, because 3 guys had to go down on Smith, and they over-rotated, and you have wide open Plainfield, and Plainfield now has the lead.
Sabak with a big-time triple. That's the first made 3 for Bryce Sabak this year, and also the first one he's attempted. Rice McKee answers with a triple of his own. Well, if you can hit a 3, I can hit a 3. As New Albany and Plainfield trading blows here in the opening half of the second stanza.
Better protect the basketball if you're Plainfield, because they're grabbing and reaching and trying to turn the thing over. I mean, New Albany's overplaying everything. They're just hoping to turn you over, because if you have patience, you can do about what you want.
Sabak has been red hot coming off the bench. Gilliott thought about a parking lot 3. Baker Lands, who made 37% of his threes a year ago, gives it back to Gilliott. All-time leader in assists at Plainfield. Or set the single season record a year ago, on pace to break it this year. All over suffocating defense here for New Albany, and Braxton Mayfield trying to follow. Baker Lands all over the place, and his scoop falls off, but free throws are coming.
Well, good job on the pick and roll. New Albany didn't switch or get out there quick enough. Baker Lands was able to turn the corner off of Smith's screen. Smith brings so many players to him that they can play off him the whole game, keep him in the middle and play off him, and New Albany really will have trouble.
We feel
Baker Lands with 1 to shoot.
Lands made the first, and he makes the second. And it's been all Smith and Lands here, coach, in this second quarter here for Plainfield. And a shooting foul upcoming here for the aggressive TJ Washington.
Well, Plainfield's guards can't handle the penetration, and so New Albany's just kind of running down right down the middle of the court, and that's where I think Gallant and some of these guys got to back up more and try to force some perimeter shots instead of letting them get to the goal.
Washington, the senior, had 17 points last night in the win at home against Evansville Harrison. Washington trying to follow suit. The two teams traded threes on consecutive possessions. Have now traded 2 free throw makes on consecutive trips down the floor as well, with TJ exiting in favor of Ashton McKee.
See, trying to pick up the tempo a little bit. New Albany's now out full court, just man-to-man.
McKee went for the back tap and got more body than ball of Landon Gilliott.
Gilliott does not want that pressure, so you got to be smart with it. Just make him work to get the thing down and force that first pass of Plainfield's out wide.
Third foul in the quarter against New Albany. 2 more puts Plainfield in the bonus. Gilliott drives, circus layup, no. Smith soars over the world and gets a putback.
Good job by Smith following the shot.
Corner 3 on the way, and right down the hatch for Noah Washington. Puts New Albany back in front.
Pretty good shot for a sophomore. He's going to be a good one.
He's got a game-high 11. Swafford penetrates, attacks over contact. Smith taps it out. Baker Lands goes right to the rack and scoops it in.
Yeah, New Albany has no size to really stop anything. but they got to get back. Plainfield's got to get back.
Gilliott blocks the 3 attempt from Ashton McKee. And this is starting to look a lot like the first quarter, Mike, where it was breakneck speed for New Albany.
Well, you're 3:05 in the second, and both teams are in the 30s, so I think the winner today is going to be 80, 85 points to win this, so it's going to be quite a few baskets.
Buckle that seatbelt and get ready to go. Smith rebounds the Noah Washington miss. Smith thinks about going wall to wall. He does, and gets the bucket and a foul. What a play from Noah Smith.
Well, that was a highlight play. He ran right over Washington. Washington's good, but he just got ran over by a senior that's going to play in the Big East. I think it's the Big East.
Yep.
He's going to DePaul.
For now.
Yeah.
for now.
I can't remember where they're all at anymore, but Smith went the distance. He went 84 feet and just kind of stuck it in their face.
DePaul led by former Butler head coach and Taylor University graduate Chris Holtman up there in the Chicago area.
Thing with Smith is his shot is so soft. I mean, for a guy as 6'8", 6'9", it is so soft. He's more aggressive this year than he was a year ago.
It's one of the things his head coach Andy Weaver praised him for. He said that, a deflection almost goes into the rim, but he praised Smith's improved motor to get him, and he credited 3 offensive putbacks in one of their first couple of games of the year. Soft touch, Baker lands baseline jumper. 5-point deficit for New Albany. Nice job to be patient, but then 2 Quakers deny Reese McKee at the rim. Either Stead or Smith or both. Baker lands. Heat check 3, right in the face of Studemeyer. Hello, Plainfield.
The game of runs, and Plainfield's on the run right now. If you shoot them in like that, you can have a run. Great passing that time, and Baker lands. That's a pretty distant 3. Good job by New Albany trying to block out, but you can't block out a make.
9-0 run for the Quakers as they've built a 38-30 lead here in the second quarter.
You better pay attention on this game if you're watching on TV, because you're going to miss 5 or 6 points.
Yeah, don't look down at your phone at all.
I don't think these teams are going to lead the state in defense this year.
Let's just break the scoreboard and we'll figure out the defense later. Unranked Hoops is partnered with Indy Heat Gym Rats, Indy's only Nike EYBL AAU basketball program. Unranked Hoops is dedicated to building a better way to do youth basketball through a series of skill development programs in Indy's first Euro-style basketball academy. Inside the walls of the newly renovated Unranked Hoops factory in Indianapolis, Unranked will provide opportunities for both girls and boys youth hoopers to learn the skills needed for long-term development and success. Check out unranked.com for more information and sign up for our email list for updates. That's unrnkd.com. Rubs it out of the timeout for New Albany as they try to stop this nice Plainfield run. They go to the freshman Carson Studemeyer, who answers.
Yeah, he needs more shots. He's physical enough that he can get to the inside and finish where some of the others can't.
That stops the 9-0 gallop from Plainfield. Smith airballs along 2, and Studemeyer has the miss. Final 90 ticks here the opening half. Grubbs lumbers into a 3 that doesn't go. Up and down we go here from Brownsburg. Nice feed down for Smith. Off the dish from Sabank. And quickly up the floor comes New Albany on the Noah Washington attack. He's fouled on the floor, and free throws coming here for the Bulldogs as we get some Bronx cheers from the New Albany folks.
Well, I'll tell you what, the fouls, I guess they are 4-2, so I don't know. I haven't seen where anybody's played that great a defense to foul anybody so far.
No one's really been up in anyone's grill too much.
I don't think they're doing a whole lot of bumping or anything right now. Like a grind, it's just get your hand up and hope you get back.
Long 2 for Noah Washington. His tippy toe was right on the arc as now Washington clapping at Harper Baker Lands, who have been guarding each other all day. Back to within 6. A lob, backside, and a catch and last in from Noah Smith. Then trying to save that one was Gilliott wonderfully.
See, Plainfield comes running back looking at the ball. They got to run back and get in the lane or get in the inside the three-point lane and set their defense. They're too busy watching what's going on as they run down instead of just run down. Just get down there, because they got to force New Albany into this kind of deal, this half court.
8-point Plainfield lead. New Albany with the ball in black. Nice inside position. Winslow threw it up wildly, but good challenge from Smith. Haven't seen Winslow in a while. Gilliott trapped near the timeline. Going baseline, Baker lands. Back up top to Gilliott, the point guard. Wants to dance, spots for a three, halfway down and out. And then Smith called for the loose ball foul.
See, those are kind of silly shots. You got control, you're up 8. I mean, that's a shot off the dribble. It's a long 3. Smith didn't move. You could cut him into the lane, get you a nice layup, force Washington to guard. Just need to show more patience right there. They have things going. Don't lose what you got.
That's the second one on Smith, so he goes to the bench for the final 16.9 seconds. Logan Ferris in for the first time.
So many teams I watch early in the season, well, it's my turn to do this. And, coming late in the season, there's not many turns. When you're in the tournament, it's one game and you're out.
Washington to Washington. Noah can't get her to go. And a good hustle defensive rebound. Sabak's been doing a lot of dirty work here in the first half for New Albany, along with pouring in 6 points.
Yeah, good job by Plainfield. Great comeback in the second quarter. Great first half by both teams. It was fun to watch offensively.
New Albany had a 6-point lead at the end of the first, but it's an 8-point advantage for Plainfield as we go to the break for a matchup between number 9 Plainfield and receiving votes New Albany. Second game of the 2025 Sneakers for Santa Shootout here on the ISC Sports Network. Halftime coming up next.
We build kids up from the ground up. It's not so much about where you're at.
In most programs in Indiana, it's teams and it's games and it's teams and it's games.
They're playing in a bunch of games and not really having any type of system or structure to their routine, to their development, to their growth.
Trying to find more of a balance, more trainings, less games, skill development, basketball IQ.
Accountability. Once you walk through those doors, energy and effort's on you, the individual.
4 to 5 days a week, really trying to build a player that is prepared for going into their middle schools, going into their high schools and beyond.
You have objective criteria you have to meet to move on to the next class. That gives kids a sense of dedication to work to get towards something.
We're not here chasing rankings. We're trying to develop basketball players.
So you should not worry about getting ranked at such a young age.
We're going to push you to limits that you probably didn't know you can get to.
It's about the work ethic and less about the rankings and the notoriety. We want you to get a well-rounded basketball education.
Hey there, my name is Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we are part of, actually the entirety of, at least from an on-air standpoint, Query and Schultz on the ISC Sports Network. It's appropriately named. It's charitably award-winning. And Derek, now we venture into season number 5. Hard to believe.
5 of them. 5 of them. Can you believe it? 2 best buds talking Colts, Pacers, Indiana sports every Tuesday night, 7:30, ISC Sports Network, and on socials as well.
It is made possible, of course, by the people who watch and listen every single week. We are most appreciative. We look forward to season number 5.
A lot of important discussions going on at the scores table, trying to make sure that everybody has the same amount of stats and the right scoring for everybody here involved. Plainfield 42, New Albany 34. After one half of play here from Brownsburg, game 2 of the 2025 Sneakers for Santa Shootout. Our unofficial scoring here in the first half, we mentioned New Albany jumped out to that big lead. They had a huge run in that first half. They trailed 7-4 and then ripped off 14 unanswered to lead 18-7 at one point in the first. They led 20-14 after one, but then a nice 6-0 run to start the second quarter and an 8-2 run tied the game at 22 in favor of Plainfield. They eventually built that lead up to a couple of points, even had at one point up to 8 points, matching their biggest lead here at the halftime break. They led 38-30 thanks to a 9-0 run that forced a New Albany timeout, and they lead by 8 here at the break. Scoring-wise in the first half, we'll start with New Albany. 2 for Reese McKee, 13 for Noah Washington to lead the way for the Bulldogs. He had 18 points last night in the win against Evansville Harrison. He's been one of their top scorers, if not the top scorer in the first 2 games for the Bulldogs. 6 for the freshman Carson Studemeyer, 4 for TJ Washington, and 5 for Seth Winslow. Playing in the first half but not scoring for New Albany were Ashton McKee, Braxton Mayfield, and Grayson Grubbs. On the other side for Plainfield, Noah Smith, the future DePaul Blue Demon, had just 2 points in the first quarter. He poured in 14 in the second to lead with 16 points to lead in our game and lead for Plainfield. 15 for Harper Baker Lands, 2 for Chase Swafford, 3 for Landon Gilliott, and 6 points off the bench, including a three-pointer for Bryce Sabak, who missed all of last season for Plainfield. Playing but not scoring for the Quakers in the first half were Isaac Stead and Logan Ferris. And Mike, a nice turnaround there for Plainfield in the second quarter after trailing by 6 in the first quarter. They had a nice run multiple times in that second stanza.
Yeah, Coach Weaver did a good job when New Albany was just running like crazy to call a couple timeouts, slow the thing down a little bit, get everybody to catch their breath, and then they ran some real good back cuts, got Land and Smith the ball. I mean, they got 31 points, started getting them the ball more. Other guys shot less, and they got themselves back in the game for New Albany. If they can run, they're good. If you get them in half court, not as good. And then again, I think the advantage in the second half would be Smith's got 16. I mean, New Albany just doesn't have a guy that big, that agile to play him, and so they really got to attack the inside. And I think Gelant and those guys got to dribble less, pass more. And now the defense for New Albany is getting tired, so they're not jumping the lanes like they were and just attack the inside. For New Albany, I think they got to play the way they play. I mean, I don't think there's a lot of changes. You're playing 8. You're running at people. I'd try to get the floor as spread as I could. I'd try to pull Smith out as much as I could. But in the end, New Albany's got to get runs, and they've got to set themselves on defense. The first 4 minutes defensively, they were great. After that, not so great. They didn't have 5 guys jumping in all them lanes.
And remember, Smith does have 2 personal fouls, so if he picks up another one, that'll tighten the rotation a little bit for Plainfield as well. We'll take a break, come back, and take a look at our first half highlights at recess. It is Plainfield, number 9 team in Class 4A 42. New Albany receiving votes in the 4A polls 34. You're watching Indiana Boys High School basketball and the 2025 Sneakers for Santa Shootout on the ISC Sports Network.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't. Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
First half highlights. First half and the first quarter was a lot of New Albany, but Harper Baker Lands got it going with a 3-point try for Plainfield as the Bulldogs worked it into the future DePaul man Noah Smith with the coach. That was his only bucket of the first quarter, and after that, it was a New Albany track meet.
Yeah, the first quarter was all New Albany. They got the pace they wanted, and they make excellent interior passes. They've done a number of those inside like that. And then Plainfield started making some outside shots, and New Albany's defense really, it was very stiff early, but they didn't even know who they had or anything like that, and it was just a wide open layup.
Noah Smith, as we mentioned, got going, but that might have been the unsung hero in the first half for Plainfield. Bryce Sabak, 6 points off the bench, an and one, and a 3-point try, and a couple of nice defensive stands and rebounding efforts as well. There was an offensive putback for Noah Smith, and you can see that improved motor that Coach Andy Weaver was talking about.
Yeah, he's much improved from last year. I mean, he didn't rebound the ball very well, but this year, even there, he didn't get the rebound, but he got the back tap, got the thing out to Lands, and then you don't see many 6'8", 6'9" guys do that. And he just ran over Washington on that play. So Plainfield's good. They got good. If their guards can hold up this season, quickness-wise, they're pretty darn good.
How about Stead coming in there and pinning one off the glass, and this is where Baker Land started to get going, is looking over to the Plainfield crowd. Baker Land's 2 of 3 from distance in the first half for the Quakers, on his way to 15 first half points.
See, Stoudemire and Washington, even though they're freshmen and sophomore, they got to handle the ball more. Stoudemire can drive because he's physical enough. He can back Plainfield's guards back. They just didn't get him the ball enough in the first half.
Take one final break. Teams making their way back onto the floor. Second half next here from Brownsburg.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't. Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Seconds away from starting a highly anticipated second half. Had a really nice game in our first one of the day, and another good one here between Plainfield and New Albany. Coach, what are your second half adjustments here for both clubs?
Well, I think New Albany, they got to get the ball to Stoudemire a little bit more. Look for Washington. Get your main players being the main players. For Plainfield, I think they just got to get off to a good start here in the second half and not let this tempo get too crazy. If it can stay in a normal pace, Plainfield's going to win this game. I think this first couple minutes, I think they're really important for both teams because you got one team wanting to play at pace, a normal pace, and you got other one to play at a break speed. And whoever can grab the first couple minutes can really push it. Either Plainfield push the lead out wider or New Albany get themselves back in the game.
Starters back on the floor for both teams to start our third stanza. New Albany in the road, black jerseys and shorts. All white look here for the home team on the scoreboard in Plainfield. The Quakers 9th ranked in Class 4A. As we mentioned, New Albany receiving votes in all 3 of the 4A polls. Noah Washington had a team-high 13 in the first half for the Bulldogs. Stoudemire, nice passing, and Winslow able to sneak another one around Smith.
See, that time you had Washington to Stoudemire, and they both created a layup for somebody else. That's a good start at the half. Now it's up to New Albany. Can they guard?
Galliant, 3, good for Landon Gilliott.
See, that time New Albany switched, and they didn't tell each other, so you had one guy being guarded by 2 and the other guy, Jalont, being guarded by nobody.
Trying to answer is Washington off the heel. Smith there for the miss. Harper Baker lands, 3-star recruit in the junior class, has multiple offers from MAC schools and other mid-majors. He slashes, he gets banged and cannot convert. Winslow on the miss, and here comes New Albany with numbers, but they throw it and intercepted by Gilliott. Leaking back, Baker lands, head fake, got Washington in the air, got fouled and finished. Third one on Noah Washington.
Silly play by New Albany. First, the shot was too quick on the other end, and then you had a pass that was not going to come. I mean, there was no way that was going to get completed. And then you get Washington caught up in the deal where he gets a foul, and so that gives him 3 fouls now, which puts them in even more of a bind.
Free throw missed from Baker lands. Just his second freebie miss here of the afternoon. And Washington double teamed. Stoudemire, and here's Reese McKee. Winslow dumps down to Stoudemire. Good job by Smith to stay down. TJ Washington, corner 3, no. Loose ball foul going against New Albany as Trey Barton of Plainfield was chucked to the floor.
Well, it was good passing. New Albany missed the shot. Again, aggression on the inside, and Plainfield kid fell, but game's at 11. New Albany needs to watch right now.
Foul against Winslow. Number 2 on him. Look at Gilliott right to the rack.
Well, it's really poor defense by New Albany on the ball. And New Albany they just don't, defensively, they've really gone down since the first quarter.
Time out on the floor for the Bulldogs. There'll be a 30-second timeout. So we will keep it here. Unranked Hoops is partnering with Indy Heat Gym Rats, Indy's only Nike EYBL basketball program. Unranked Hoops is dedicated to building a better way to do youth basketball through a series of skill development programs and Indy's first Euro-style basketball academy. Inside the walls of the newly renovated Unranked Hoops factory in Indianapolis, Unranked will provide opportunities for both girls and boys youth hoopers to learn the skills needed for long-term development and success. Check out unranked.com for more information and sign up to our email list for updates. That's unrnkd.com.
I think those are good timeouts by New Albany and Mr. Jones. You got guys starting at 25 feet. He drives in and lays it in. Your defense isn't worth a darn. But those are things that happened to me when I was coaching, but I get so upset about it because there's got to be some help. People have got to rotate and at least force the next pass so then your quickness can try to catch up, but just let them run in and lay it in with nothing. I mean, you got a long ways to go defensively if you're going to let them do that.
Crowd continuing to grow as our day rolls on. Game number 2. Princeton victorious over Charlestown in our opener. TJ Washington with a pretty pirouette that would make those on Broadway blush.
Man, what a play right there. That was extreme difficulty for a 2-point shot.
First second half scoring for Washington, unable to convert Gilliott. Rebound, Baker lands. Smith, open 3, just a little bit off. One of the elements he's tried to add to his game this year. Shot 32% from beyond the stripe this year, but was a better 3-point shooter during the summer circuit this couple months ago. Noah Washington called for the travel.
Washington struggled a little bit here in the third quarter. He's got a little bit upset, had let a little emotion out, which I think is probably good, but he's got to get himself back together. That time it was going to be a 1-on-5 deal for him, and he needed a passing cut, and he'd get the ball back and get an easy shot.
Starters remaining on the floor here for Plainfield. They lead by 11. Into Smith, turnaround right at the rim, and there's no one to deter that.
Well, if you throw the thing into Smith, you're going to win the game. You just throw it in there and you're going to win if you have patience enough to do that.
Quick passing out. Studemeyer 3. Smith to challenge. It was short. Offensive rebound. Winslow. Down the lane comes McKee.
See, I think New Albany's got to come out full bore now, man to man. They got to get out. They can't let Plainfield walk the ball down the court and play at this pace where they just get cut up. They've got to get the thing into a scramble again, and I don't know if they got it in them or not, or if Coach is going to put them in it or not, but this half-court stuff, they're just getting sliced up.
Swafford finds the DePaul signee and Smith. Baker lands, elbow, jump shot, no. And out of the gate comes Winslow for New Albany. This is where they were dangerous, Coach.
Boy, Winslow can really go when he gets the rebound and stuff.
Studemeyer, good position inside, then he gets tangled up with Swafford after the boot.
Now they got to stop, and then they get a layup, so Plainfield's not setting any records on defense themselves. But that time they did at least switch, but they gave him an inside shot. Studemeyer, great rebound.
New Albany with numbers. Calling for the corner. Washington, 3 over Smith. Doesn't go. Tapped out, and here comes TJ Washington. Studemeyer, Noah Washington thought about the corner 3, attacks, slithers, and scoops and scores.
What a game of runs. He goes back and forth. Now it's down to 7, and New Albany gets a good run. And I don't know what stopped here exactly.
Couple of our officials, one of our officials talking things over with Carson Studemeyer and his New Albany head coach Jason Jones. So it doesn't look like a timeout was called by either club. Yeah,
could be the referee just wanted to rest a little bit.
We might need a rest, and you and I are just sitting up here watching it. My mouth is flapping, and that's what's making me tired. Woo.
I went like this. Let's just have a rest period here. Let's have 30 seconds.
You reach down to tie your shoe. Like, your shoe's not untied. Like, trust me, it's untied. Aggressive defense, TJ Washington. It looked initially like it was going to be a defensive foul on the New Albany guard. Instead, Gilliott whistled for the offensive foul for coming in and hooking that Washington arm right next to his body.
I guess it's never over till it's over. You know, Plainfield had everything going their way. Got that easy basket inside with Smith on a little cross screen, and then they made the thing harder again. And now things are getting pretty chippy. It's going to be pretty chippy here the last quarter and a half.
Gilliott tried to sell the call as he went for the steal. He got the ball with his right hand, but his left hand is what ushered Washington down to the floor. Number 3 on Landon Gilliott.
I think the referees might have been talking to both teams to calm down a little bit. Well, that didn't work.
Kind of fell on deaf ears a little bit.
It's like less calm now than it was before they told them to get calm. So, yeah, they didn't win on that one, but New Albany got a chance to close, about as close as they've been this quarter here, 7. If they'll pass it to each other, they're going to have a chance to score.
Bryce Sabank and Isaac Stead, 23 and 10 coming in here for Plainfield. Remember, Sabank had those big 6 points in the first half. Tough looking jumper for Noah Washington. Another rebound for the other Noah on the floor, Smith of Plainfield. Noah versus Noah. Smith can't get the better there as Washington blocked it. And look at Studemeyer flying to the other end. TJ Washington with a layup.
Man, if you get that ball to Studemeyer in the middle of the court, you got issues. You got to get back. Smith went in soft, got the shot blocked. Studemeyer took it down and stuffed it in their face. Game is now 5 points. Plainfield lead.
Look at this here. Wow. Studemeyer, Washington, and right up for an easy bunny.
You know, if anybody New Albany plays the rest of the season, if their guard plays not very good, they're going to get whopped because they're just going to get stuck. Plainfield's, Gelant and them are physical enough, they can play them. But if you got point guards that are unsure, they need to be sick that day and stay out of that deal because they're going to get run over because that's where New Albany's so good off the run.
Our officials today, David Christian, Michael Sloan, and Tracy Harris. They've been earning their keep today, sprinting up and down the floor with these two squads. Coming out of the 30-second stoppage here for Plainfield, trying to find somehow to slow down the 8-0 New Albany run, has the Bulldogs to within 6
now
or
you
5.
Look right now, Smith's got somebody 6'1" guarding him. That's a good play. Get it inside. He should have gone up with the basket.
As Ashton McKee defending him, now Baker lands into the coffin corner. Sabank guarded tightly by TJ Washington, looking for help. Here comes Barton cutting. Smith angles and circuses it in.
Now that was the defense New Albany played early in the game. They're running like crazy and attacking, and then you come down and you just knock a shot in. You got, that's another Washington. That's TJ. He's had double-figure games all season.
He's at 11 now, 15 and 13 in the first 2. That's his first triple try. That's a 4-point lead now for Plainfield, less than 2 to go in a high-octane third quarter. They're looking Smith's way, but Mayfield doing yeoman's work to deny entry passes there. They clear out for Baker. Lands, who gets another and one opportunity, who flexes on everyone here at Varsity Fieldhouse.
Well, I'll tell you what, Studemeyer as a freshman did a really good job defensively, just not that time. He's had a good game, but Baker Lands got the better of him off the penetration. Plainfield cleared out that time and let Lands go one-on-one against Studemeyer. So Studemeyer, he's got 3 fouls as well. So New Albany's starting to rack up the fouls. It could be rough in the fourth quarter if they can stay out there on the court.
Both Studemeyer and Noah Washington, who's about to check in for the Bulldogs, have 3 fouls. Reese McKee and Winslow each with 2. Lands converts a 3-point play. He and Smith have combined to score 20 of Plainfield's 56 so far this morning.
Well, this last minute and 50, hopefully, for New Albany's sake, Studemeyer and Washington does not get a 4th foul. Kind of in that matchup again. Plainfield, real wide matchup. New Albany's done a great job passing to the inside, just like they did there. They're getting good shots against the matchup.
Studemeyer open. He likes that shot. short, and Smith with an aggressive one-handed rebound.
Smith's got double-figure rebounds today, doing a good job. Got to move more on offense.
Baker Lands had to wait for Smith to come through, and another and one opportunity for HBL Harper Baker Lands.
Well, now Washington's got 4, so they couldn't keep him out of foul trouble.
Fourth one against New Albany here in the fourth with 1:19 left. Harper Baker Lands wears number 22 for his mom, who played basketball at Plainfield.
Well, 10-point lead again. Plainfield wide, Washington with 4 fouls. Got to be smart now. Who do they go to? I'd say Studemeyer.
McKee tries his hand to the 3, long rebound. Gilliott bumped down to the floor by TJ Washington, and that's the 5th one against New Albany in the quarter, and free throws upcoming for Plainfield.
Well, it's a game of runs. It goes to 6, then it goes back to 10. And, I think Plainfield's in a great position, though, if they handle the basketball, because New Albany's getting in a lot of foul trouble right now.
Yeah, it was an 8-0 run for New Albany to get it to 51-46, the deficit. Since then, the run continuing here for Plainfield now on a 7-0 burst. They're leading by just 4. Gilliott makes them both. He's the 3rd Quaker in double figures this morning.
Again, the wide matchup, they don't have Studemeyer or Washington, either one in the game, so your guess would be as good as mine who's going to shoot this next shot.
8-0 run here for Plainfield.
Now, Plainfield, if they wanted to, could get a layup or take the last shot, or just go ahead and shoot it.
Well, Baker Lands has been playing with his hair on fire, but crashing in and getting the defensive the rebound was Sabank. He was so good in the little things in the first half, and gets called for the foul here. But Sabank was really, really key here early on and throughout the day for Plainfield.
Well, New Albany here's got to get a good shot. Again, they got the matchup. They're shooting a lot of threes right now. I don't know who out there really can make it. Hopefully Washington to get them in the game, but Plainfield now could take the last shot if they want to, up 10. If they just take their time. You got Lands and Smith in a ball screen most likely.
New Albany has made just 3 threes here today. Baker Lands has his lunch money taken by McKee with 1 second left, fumbled the ball, and no shots will come from the end of our 3rd quarter. But a big-time run, 8-0 to close for Plainfield. They leave by double figures as we head to the 4th here on the ISC Sports Network.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Coach Noah Washington had 13 points to lead New Albany at halftime. He was held to just 2 in that 3rd quarter. What did you like most about Plainfield, both defensively and also able to get this 12-point lead heading to the 4th quarter?
Well, Plainfield had 3 or 4 nice plays during that quarter where they had back screens or cross screens and got easy layups. And then Baker Lands, they isolated him a couple times and he got layups or got to the free throw line. New Albany, unless it's an all-out as quick as you can go, they don't really have much at half court. I'm surprised Plainfield's still in that matchup, but it worked really well without Studemeyer and Washington in the game. So New Albany's got to go here pretty soon. A 12-point lead with 8 to go. They got to get another run to get themselves back in it.
A traveling violation whistled against Harper Baker Lands. Starters on the floor for both teams as we start the 4th. Teams have not met and any of the records we could find online. No records in the last 40 years from the John Harrell site, and a good start here for Seth Winslow, an and one opportunity.
See, now that time Plainfield came out, and it looked like half was in the matchup and half of them were in the man-to-man, and nobody really knew what they were doing, and you let a guy go again 25 feet and lay the ball in. Got to cover those things up. I guess those are good things to look on film because bad start.
Second on Sabank. Winslow can't convert on the three-point opportunity, but an offensive rebound for Reese McKee.
No block out.
Noah Washington, three, back rim. Three-point shot is not dropped today for New Albany. Another offensive rebound for McKee. Weaves his way, gives Washington a second opportunity. Goes baseline right at Smith, too strong, but Studemeyer cleans her up.
See, right there's a 4-point play to get you back in 8 in the first 30 seconds of the game.
Sabank thought about a three. Had 6 big points in the first half for Plainfield, but it's been the Smith and Baker Land show here in the second half for the Quakers, their top 2 scorers on the year. Gilliott bumped away from him. Here's Baker Lands, who got and ones, it seemed like, at will in that third stanza. Baseline, Gilliott drew the double. Extra pass, Baker Lands, open three. Off target, falling on the floor, T.J. Washington. Studemeyer saved it, had his legs taken out from underneath of him, and he'll be thrown off of our official as New Albany looks for a foul. As T.J. Washington slow to get back up, but it was Studemeyer. As you look at the replay right there, Studemeyer had his legs taken out from 2 different Quakers on that play.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they are giving the ball without a foul to New Albany. I guess it was like, I don't even know. That's crazy right there because he got tripped twice. Studemeyer should have got the foul, and now New Albany's got leg cramps. And so that's T.J. Washington with leg cramps. But no, that should have been a foul, or I don't know. You know, they used to have, back in the day, they used to have force outs.
Yeah.
I guess that was a force out. That was a long time ago. But New Albany got a good start. You get a 4-point play because Plainfield doesn't block out on a free throw, and they let him get a layup just down the middle of the court. So it was a total breakdown to get it back to 8. And then New Albany diving on the floor. Good hustle.
A lot of up and down play for the Bulldogs in that first half, smashing that gas pedal. They've done a little bit of dirty work here in this first, a little over a minute here in the fourth, trying to get back into this one, now down 8. Gilliott defends Reese McKee.
Their threes haven't been going in. They need to drive the ball to the basket somewhere and then create out of that. They're a good passing team. They get the thing inside. Just don't settle for a three because they're not going in. And
New Albany has taken almost 20 threes today. They've made just 3.
see, when you get the thing inside out, you have it going for yourself.
Winslow dribbled into Smith, and he's done a really nice job today, Coach, of beating Smith to the rim.
Now, Winslow didn't back up, and Smith didn't do a very good job defending the basket that time. So 6-0 run. Now it's 6 points, and Plainfield lead.
Winslow, the 4th Bulldog in double figures. Stead was looking for someone in the backside, but nobody was home. Plainfield looking for their first points here in the 4th. Once led by double figures in the second half. They go to the big man Smith, and a crafty play by Winslow to take the loose ball and sweep it off of Smith as he was falling to the floor.
Winslow does a lot of things for New Albany. He guards the toughest guy. He makes layups. He is a good passer on the inside, and he's a fighter. So Winslow holding things together, and now he's going to be the point guard.
Smith, the Indiana Junior All-Star core group selection a year ago, played in all of the All-Star games for the juniors last summer. You can see the frustration on his face going, I can't believe the ball got thrown off of me like that. Baker Land, steal, rim run, layup.
Good job by Washington not fouling him for the 5th. He needs to stay in the game. Good job there.
25 for Baker Lands.
Patience for New Albany. Get inside. It's man-to-man right now. New Albany's got to move. They still kind of thinking it's a matchup, but they're man-to-man right now. They need to pass and move because Plainfield's putting pressure on them, man up. Here's a mismatch if he'd go, but he didn't.
Smith has got 8 inches on Reese McKee, and he'll still walk out and defend. 3 minutes into the 4th. New Albany trying to come back after trailing by 8 at halftime. Studemeyer attacks, and it doesn't stay down. Gets the miss, goes against Smith, and draws the foul on the big fella. Number 3 on Noah Smith.
Well, there's no quit in New Albany. Coach Jones has to be happy about that. They could have busted there when it got to 12 or 14, but New Albany staying with the fight.
So we mentioned all the foul trouble, Coach, for New Albany, with Noah Washington with 4, Carson Studemeyer with 3, but now Noah Smith for Plainfield's got 3 fouls as well.
Well, this is a game that if you're standing down there coaching, no lead is enough.
That's right.
So you're just out there playing until it gets to 0 because there's no lead enough with these runs that these teams are making.
We thought in that first half, the way it was going there, Coach, it might be the first one to 80 was going to come away with the victory. Now it might be the first one to 70. Things have started to kind of grind it out here in the late third, early fourth.
Yeah, it's more of a grind now. But look at New Albany defensively now. They're much better, and Winslow's chasing Smith, fighting Smith, pushing Smith. Smith pushing him back. Winslow's giving up too much size. Plainfield did a good job passing it to the man there, getting it to the guy that can score it.
22 for the senior Smith going to DePaul next year. Noah Washington with an aggressive take. Couldn't get it, but Winslow with another rebound here for New Albany for a 3. It's off target from Mayfield. Fought for on the side, falling out of bounds. Swafford keep it here with New Albany.
You know, I don't know why some of them have to shoot those threes. I mean, they just need to attack. New Albany's getting a lot of layups, fouls. If you get a foul and get 2 free throws, the clock stops, so you have more possessions that way.
Timeout for New Albany. TJ Washington still getting looked at by the sports medicine staff, limping noticeably there, 5 in black on the right side of your screen. Today's game brought to you by Laurie Law. Brady Laurie has been serving the citizens of Marion, Johnson, and surrounding counties for over 25 years. If you or someone you know is in criminal trouble or has been injured, make the call to Brady for a consultation. Let Brady put his negotiating skills and courtroom experience to work for you. Call 317-250-7783 or email bradyjlaurie@gmail.com. Brady Laurie, your criminal defense and personal injury trial lawyer.
Well, 3:59, so you got a half a quarter left. I think it's going to be shot selection for Plainfield. You got the 2 guys. I mean, they've scored 47. The rest of them need to get the 2 guys the ball. And then on the Bulldog side, you got a number of guys in double figures, and you just got to fight. And if you're playing that pressure defense for New Albany, it can't be 4 guys pressuring and 1 guy standing. They all got to be in the mix. So all 5 got to really scramble for the last 4 minutes of this game if they want to try to win the game, New Albany Bulldogs.
Out of the full timeout, good news for the Dogs. TJ Washington making his way to the scorer's table. Studemeyer, unafraid of going against Noah Smith, and an early whistle, but there's the 4th one on Smith with 3:50 to go, and the Plainfield folks are not happy.
Well, that may force Plainfield back into that matchup because they don't want Smith to get foul out of the game, and so they're going to take him out for a second. I guess that call could have gone either way, but there was contact.
So Smith exits, 3:51 left with his team ahead by 9. Can New Albany take advantage now? The fouls are just racking up in bunches here for Plainfield. That's the 4th one on the Quakers. And Sabank went up and over, but he collided with Winslow. And there's the 5th one on Plainfield, and free throws. They've taken 3 seconds off the clock, and 3 fouls have been committed by Plainfield.
Well, I'm not sure about all that, but New Albany goes to the line. When you're going to the line with 3:50 to go and you're down 9, you got a chance to score with the clock stopped. So it worked New Albany's way. I think things are going to be more touchy now.
A little bit?
I think they're going to slow. It'll be interesting on this end if New Albany can grab and move like they've been, or they're going to be called for those fouls as well, which I'm sure they probably will. So I guess this last 3.5 minutes is going to take about 20.
How about the day for Seth Winslow? Just 2 points through the first 2 games of his junior year. Has 13 today for New Albany. Once double-figure lead for the Quakers is now down to 7. Stolen, almost.
Some of those guys from Plainfield, they're not sure if they're dribbling or New Albany's dribbling, but got to pass it and move instead of doing a lot of dribble and pass. Keep your head up, move. Plainfield's trying to kill some clock with Smith on the bench, doing a good job. And they still got Baker Lands in the middle that they could go to an ISO and score. And so they're making New Albany have to play. Whoa.
T.J. Washington and Landon Gilliott get tied up. Both go tumbling down.
And the arrow's New Albany.
Yep.
They both grabbed each other. I mean, what happened on that? There's the grab, New Albany. Then, oh my goodness sakes. There was the grab, New Albany. Then they both tumble over. Probably it should have been a call for both, but it looks like to me it should be New Albany's ball unless that arrow's wrong.
Yeah, it's a double foul. So number 4 on Gilliott, number 2 on T.J. Washington. Possession arrow is pointing New Albany's way, but it's staying here with Plainfield for at least the time being. Noah Smith back in for the Quakers, 2 in white, 22 points today. The 4-star recruit going to DePaul. Mayfield in here for New Albany with Noah Washington going to the bench for the Bulldogs with his 4 fouls.
Well, I think they're just trying to keep him out of this defensive possession so he doesn't pick up his 5th foul. So
timeout for Plainfield, and we had a fast-moving first half. It has been a slugfest here in the second in the final 2:57. It's got a rock fight feel to it here, Coach.
Yeah, I think New Albany, they got a break on that double foul because it looked like the New Albany kid grabbed him. I think it was Washington.
Yep,
and then
fell on.
Jalant kind of pulled away, and then Washington just held him and just went to the ground.
Yeah,
It's kind of like a football tackle. Yeah. And so the double foul, I'm surprised with the clock. Maybe the shot clock was, or the clock, the possession arrow was messed up because I thought sure New Albany was going to get the ball. So who knows? Maybe it was pointed and then they just now switched it. But I'll tell you what, it's going to be a wild 3 minutes for sure.
Goodness. Scoring today, McKee's got 8 for New Albany, 15 for Noah Washington, 11 for Carson Studemeyer, same for T.J. Washington, and 13 for Winslow. 25 for Harper Baker Lands of Plainfield, 22 for Noah Smith, and 10 for Landon Gilliott, 6 for Sabank.
I want to see a freshman in the state much better than Studemeyer.
Whew.
I don't know where they're at if there is.
You might not find a guy faster at the 14-year-old than that guy.
I mean, Studemeyer's physical, and he can play. Now, there's your bump on the other end. So the fouls are 5-1 now for the quarter.
They're starting to even out a little bit. So Mayfield out, Noah Washington back in. Again, he's got 4 personals. Had 13 points in the first half, just 2 here in the second.
Jalant and Washington, they're not really enjoying, they're not going to sing Christmas cards to each other.
No.
They're not really enjoying each other's presence right now.
Coach, I'm taking that phrase. They don't enjoy their presence. Smith thought he had an and one, but they'll call it on the floor. Well, if you like fouls, the last handful of minutes of this fourth quarter have been for you.
Well, you know, the officials have tried to keep it under control.
Yeah, that's right.
I think good job by Washington. He got beat, but at least he didn't foul Lands. Good out-of-bounds play by Plainfield to go up 9. Good job of Plainfield. Coach Weaver handling the clock with the extra passes and the kind of the semi-delay game.
Lands with a game-high 27. McKee looked like might have swimmed his way in as he's slow to get back up. Gilliott running the floor, dumping off to Barton. And then he gets wrapped up by T.J. Washington for his third. But as we mentioned, that's just the second foul on New Albany, so the Bulldogs have got to start racking up fouls as now McKee looks to be cramping up a little bit.
Well, they played last night. They got in a bus today. They drove from the river, which is 105 miles to 465 west. Then you got to get to Brownsburg, so it's probably a 135-mile drive. You're probably going to cramp up. But
off-ball foul, T.J. Washington.
I think the referees overall have done a pretty darn good job. I'm
Yeah.
not a big fan of all referees, but they've done a good job because this has to be a tough game to call. I mean, a lot of grabbing, a lot of reaching, a lot of gambling.
First free throws of the morning for Swofford.
Now you knew New Albany right now, if you block out Smith and you block out the shooter, if he misses, they're going to be able to get a break to head down the court, and they need to start attacking for layups.
First points of the second half there for Chase Swofford. The seniors got 3. 10-point advantage for Plainfield clad in white. TJ Washington in through contact for another deuce. He's up to a baker's dozen.
Well, here comes the pressure, New Albany. Good job by New Albany getting that easy layup. They need to run and jump Gallant. Good job there by New Albany. Good job by Plainfield handling the ball. Now we're in the spread, minute 32 to go. And Plainfield handled New Albany's pressure.
Gilliott and TJ Washington have been locking horns all day. Baker lands double team, finds the open Gilliott. It's a couple of seconds to catch his breath, and a blocking foul called against Braxton Mayfield. The Quakers are in the bonus, and free throws upcoming with less than 80 seconds left to play here.
Gillian did a good job. They had 5 or 6 passes. Then he saw a little break to the baseline, and then New Albany wasn't in any kind of position to take a charging foul. So now the question is, he just got to make the free throws.
Landon 2 for 2 today, one of 3 Quakers in double figures, and as I say that, he misses the first.
Now you make sure you block out Smith with 2 guys. 23 should block out the shooter in case they miss, and don't let them have the ball again.
Gilliott with 11.
New Albany needs to attack for a layup right there.
And Studemeyer got the bump on Swofford. Get both teams in the bonus, and free throws coming for Studemeyer, who had 15 points against Bloomington South in his first high school game of his career. 13 last night against Harrison. An opportunity to get to 13 today for the 37th ranked guard nationally in the freshman class.
You wonder how people do that. How do they know he's 37? What if he was 14th?
he looks like he's 14th today with some of the plays he's been making.
You know, you hear some of those things, you go, what? He's the 37th point guard. Like, who's seen all these guards in the freshman class? Like,
it's a lot of time spending watching endless amounts of film of middle school basketball, which
a lot of guys making a lot of money on it is what they're doing. 7-point lead. You got a minute 7.
Plainfield's going to have to earn it from the free throw line. Mayfield called for his 4th. New Albany head coach Jason Jones not happy. Well, that's because they called it on Noah Washington. That's number 5 on him. I thought they were going to get Mayfield with it. That's a really tough break here for New Albany. As
we got people arguing, and we got guys shooting free throws. We got a technical foul.
A technical foul
on New Albany.
On New Albany on the bench. Not sure. Our official held up 2 fingers, so I'm not sure if that's on Noah Washington, number 2, or if he was just signaling that 2 technical free throws have been granted.
I didn't see the technical sign.
Yeah, he just blew the whistle and held up 2 fingers. So Plainfield's players were reacting like a technical foul had been issued, but again, we didn't get the universal T.
I don't think you want a technical now unless it's just something terrible, because it's been too hard fought a game to have a bunch of technicals at the end of the game.
Barton exiting stage left. Isaac Stead back in here for the Quakers. Gilliott can't make them both.
Got to drive it.
Studemeyer, side step 3. Doesn't go. McKee able to track it out here for New Albany. Whips it to the far side, touching it down low. Winslow has been great here today for New Albany. Can't get it. Harper lands with a rebound, fouled. And a couple more free throws can ice this one away for Harper. Baker lands in Plainfield today.
Well, you know, they make that layup right there. It'd be 2-possession game. I mean, the free throws aren't all going in for Plainfield. So that was a big miss. I know he used his left hand, which I think is a good thing. for Winslow, but he's had a great game. I mean, I've really enjoyed watching Winslow play. He's tough.
We mentioned the three-point shooting woes today here for New Albany. Coach, they are 3 for 21 unofficially by my count.
Yeah, well, that tells you shouldn't shoot 21, you know? I mean, I see those averages, and I'm going, now why would you just keep shooting, especially as quick as New Albany is? Drive it. They need to be driving it right now. I mean, they're still within reason. See, just drive it at them and get the foul.
And Winslow called for the offensive foul, clearing space away. That's his 5th and final foul. So he's the second New Albany player to foul out here in our game here. And like we mentioned, back in the first half, it was a track meet up and down, buckle your seatbelt, here we go. And here since about 3 or 4 minute mark of the third quarter, there's been a slugfest here to get to the finish line.
Yeah, this is like we said there a couple minutes ago, it's going to take 20 minutes. Well, it has.
Yeah, that's right.
And we still got 40 seconds to go.
And another foul, TJ Washington. That'll be his 5th and final as he got tangled up with Barton.
Well, I wouldn't say New Albany would say too much now. I think I just kind of finished this deal up. I mean, you have 3 guys foul out of the game. And so Plainfield hadn't made the free throws, though, so they've been missing a lot of free throws.
That's their 4th miss in a row. Last of the 2 for Gilliott, both of them from Bakerlands, and then Barton missing one here. Trey Barton, the senior, trying to find his first point here today, and
that's 5 free throws in a row that missed, and they haven't been able to cut the lead.
New Albany needs a quick one, turning it over, stolen by Smith. Gilliott goes in, and he gets the layup to drop. 14 for him, and that should just about do it. Plainfield a 10-point lead with 22 seconds left. 3, swish, Grayson Grubbs, hello.
Wow, missing all those shots, and then you hit a 3. They've never really been able to close past 6 or 7. It's never been, maybe a couple times in this fourth quarter it was a 2-possession game, but New Albany missed a lot of layups. And just missed a lot of layups there at the end of the game. But the hustle was there in the fourth quarter. You know, New Albany can show huddle films with the coach where we're slow, we're fast. We're good, we're not so good.
Right.
And so a lot can be gained here before Christmas. I think I coached around 30-some years. I didn't really worry a whole lot before Christmas. Then starting January, I had to put it together to get to the tournament, whether I was in high school or I was a college coach for a while. I got to put this thing together, but right now I would just be breaking those films down, and I'd say this is good, this is not good, we're not going to do this, and then you have things to work on in practice. There's nothing wrong with losing a basketball game in December. I know some people, well, we got to be undefeated. You know, the thing with Fishers last year, they were undefeated. Jeff beat them in the final game, but to be honest, there's a lot of pressure. You go to that final game undefeated, that made a difference.
Yeah, the 0 in the right-hand column can almost be like a dead weight pulling you down.
It's a dead weight. As you get later in the season, it is a dead weight.
And Plainfield's got to use one of their 2 final timeouts. Mike, you mentioned how it got down to single digits. Well, remember, New Albany went on that 6-0 run to make it 61-55 early. They got it back to 7 points. Got to that 9-point mark just at around the 4-minute mark, and ever since then, it's just been the Plainfield is kind of keeping New Albany at arm's reach here in this fourth.
Yeah, I kind of roam around the state and talk to a lot of coaches, and I try to emphasize that. Teach them. December, teach them. I mean, you're teaching them all year, but December, teach them what it should look like. And you always have clips that this is the way it should look. And then you also have a lot of clips this isn't the way it should look. But teach them and then they can see it, and once they see it, they can perceive it, and then you get better. So there's a lot of good things from this game, I would think, for Coach Weaver, Coach Jones to replay, and if the kids pay attention.
Swafford able to run the baseline, and Gilliott bumped. Make sure to stay tuned. Rest of our coverage today here on the ISC Sports Network. Next up, Liberty Christian in Brownsburg, South Bend St. Joe and Cathedral, Lawrence North and Noblesville for the afternoon session. with Pete Smith and Ron Brown on the call. In the nightcap, Mail out of Kentucky taking on Pike, and Mount Vernon, Fortville, and Fishers with Greg Rakestraw and Rob Fenlon taking you home here tonight from Brownsburg today. $15 for Gilead. So he had broken that 5 missed free throws in a row. Stop and pop 3, Studemeyer off target. Picked up. And here comes Plainfield. Smith with a two-hand emphatic exclamation point to end this one. It'll be a 10-point Plainfield win, 75-65. They remain undefeated, moving to 4-0. New Albany suffers their first loss. They fall to 2-1.
Well, it was a wild game, a lot of runs. Plainfield played a little more under control throughout the game. They got their pace more than New Albany had their pace, and that's how they were able to win the game. So a lot to learn, really some good players. It was a fun first 2 games. I hope the rest of the day is as good as those games. Charlestown fought back. First half was bad, second half was good. This game was pretty much good all the way through.
Harper Baker lands game high 27 for Plainfield. Noah Smith 24 for Plainfield. 15 for Noah Washington to lead the way for New Albany. For our great crew, headed up by our director, Charlie Hammock, alongside the Hall of Famer Mike Broughton, I'm Rick Johnston saying so long for now from Brownsburg. Game 2 of the 2025 Sneakers for Santa Shootout found Plainfield defeating New Albany 75-65 to stay undefeated on the year. Next up, Liberty Christian and Brownsburg coming up in about 5 minutes' time. This has been a presentation of Indiana High School Boys Basketball on the ISC Sports Network.